Shalom, shalom. Also known as Prince Yizzy.
Shalom, I'm Officer Solomon here at the One Nation Israelite School.
And we are
One Nation Israelite School.
once again, I'm teacher Judea, also known as Prince Yizzy.
Solomon here at the One Nation Israelite School.
One Nation Israelite School. Give me a split second. We're gonna start up in a second. Give me a split second. All right, all right. I'm back. I'm back. I had some something was coming through. So today's class is entitled "To Hell with Christmas" or Xmas, as some people say. To hell with Xmas. Today is a day that most of the world knows as Christmas. We'll call Christmas. A lot that's been told on the Savior himself. Born day. This was his birthday. I don't find that in the scriptures. This ungodly custom has grown strong in the world. They don't even want to accept the truth. You try to bring the truth and try to tell it to them, they don't want to hear it. Our people have become one with lies.
Yeah.
One who loves the lies of the world. Well, we're going to touch a couple scriptures on this. A couple scriptures on this topic today. And do as you will. Repent and come up out of this thing, especially for you who in this truth, you should not be involved with it anyways. But you know, if somebody around, sneaking around in the midst of this Christmas stuff, and because nobody can see them, they done got away with it. This class is for y'all. All right, so with that, we're gonna get right into it today. We're just gonna let's do St. Luke 2:49, and then we'll do the class.
All right. St. Luke chapter 2 and verse 49. And he said unto them, how is it that you sought me? Which you not that I must be about my Father's business?
So well, we try that. Try being about our Father's business. You want to know how you can be a part of your Father's? You want to know how you can be about your Father's business today? By being an example. Going against this wicked day they call. Not being in the midst of it, not partaking in it.
True.
That's the part of being in your Father's business. How about getting on and spreading this truth? Some of us teachers, we got to do a lot better. Some of us teachers, examine yourselves. Take a look in the mirror. Ask yourself, am I really doing all I could be doing for this truth?
True.
Or am I being slack? I'm doing some work, but I'm just not, not going all the way out with it. Examine it. Because today is a day that work's supposed to be dead.
Yeah, true.
Today is a day that, brothers and sisters, I should have heard something, We should have reached out to each other. There should have been some, hey man, brother, stay out here, man, keep your heads up. We in the midst of a feast of dedication. We had to stop and slow down a day to handle this
pure foolishness.
All right. So all the Israelites around the four corners of the earth and the Israelites who woke up and who are out here, take a moment today and reflect and ask yourself, are you really caring for this truth? Because if not, and you know it, be honest with yourself. If you know you're not going all the way out like you could be, you're not going 1,000% like you should be. Be honest with yourself, and you can do to go harder.
Yeah.
Push a little stronger, man, because today, a reflection on our people that we still got a whole lot of work to do. All right. So with that, let's get into the class. Let's go to St. John chapter 8, verse 32. Because we in this truth, and sometimes we all have to take a look at ourselves and see, are we doing all we could be doing for this truth? Are we doing all that we should be doing for this truth? Dang, I need to step it up.
Yeah. In John chapter 8 and verse 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
The truth should make you free. The truth should cast down all these false ideologies, these strongholds. To be honest, when you come into this truth, and you really learn what a day like today is, this Xmas, to be honest with you, Xmas is supposed to make you, it's supposed to make you upset. It's supposed to make you mad because they are lying on your Savior, on our big brother, our head.
Yeah.
Christ, Yahweh Shai, on him, killed him, lied on him. Give me 2 Corinthians 10 and 5 real quick, because I think about us people coming into the truth. We're supposed to be, this truth will set you free. It's supposed to tear down all the imaginations and strongholds.
Yeah, it is. 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 5.
Come on.
Casting down imagination.
Hold on, go up some. I'm sorry.
Verse 4. All warfare are not carnal.
It's not carnal, come on.
But mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds.
Right, so it's mighty through God. Through this Bible, we are able to pull down strongholds, come on.
Casting down imagination.
Throwing down imagination. The stronghold is Christmas. Vanity, all those things that are not speaking exactly what this Bible says, that is a stronghold. Because that thing keeps our people in sin.
Yeah, it do.
Christmas. Nation.
Yeah.
Think about it. You fat white man sliding down your chimney, coming to the hood, giving out gifts. On flying reindeers.
Not
Never flew up in nobody's hood, or especially not in the country, because they ate his ass. Ate him.
show me a reindeer that can fly.
Right. Then one of them nose light up red.
Show me that. Don't paint his nose red.
Right. So read 5 again.
Casting down imaginations, thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ.
All right. So to the obedience of Christ. When you can do to obey Christ is what? Not celebrate these wicked pagan customs.
True.
So you got to think about it. Like I said before, the scriptures say the truth shall make you free. Be free if you in this truth now.
Yeah.
Of these strongholds and things, if you taking it serious. Today, when you really into this truth, this is one of the days you get mad at this day, angry, and it's supposed to make you angry. Give me Ezekiel, because you know me. Explain what I want to say. The Bible speak for me. The Bible speak better than any one of us. That's why you should learn to let the Bible speak for you.
Ezekiel what?
Ezekiel 9 and 4. The Bible will say what I'm trying to say better than I can say it.
Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 4. To him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the forehead of the man that sighed and that cried for all the abominations in the midst thereof.
See, today ain't nothing but a big abomination. And if you're a righteous man, your righteous mark is the way we know, because you sigh and cry at the abominations that go on in this place.
Right.
Right now, today is a big old, it ain't nothing but a big abomination. Because it's built off nothing but a big old lie. And we all know, and lips are what?
An abomination.
An abomination. This whole day is built up of straight lies. Yeah. It up to my word. Like I said, I'm letting the Bible keep speaking for me. Watch this. Today is built off of straight lies. Go to Colossians 2 and 8 real quick. Colossians 2 and 8, and then we're gonna get into this thing.
Chapter 2 and verse 8.
Right.
Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy
beware lest any man spoil you. Well, the man that told you that Christmas is the day that Christ was born is the so-called Catholics and Romans and the so-called white man. So-called Catholic Romans. And then they had a dude named Constantine that mixed two religions together, and he brought pagan into the Christianity whole. The tradition of a Babylonian king into that they had going called Christmas. Yeah, the Romans, they mixed it together. That's where you get the tree in the midst of the so-called birth of Christ. And I'm gonna pull a little bit on that in a minute. Just give me a second.
Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy.
Right.
After the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world. Christ.
Because Christmas has absolutely nothing to do with Christ. And it's so much vain deceit that they lied and put it on Christ. That's vain deceit to the fullest. I'm gonna tell you straight up. Honestly, today might just be the day of them all, because they killed Christ, then lied on him, saying it was his birthday, changed his image, then twisted it. They killed Christ, then said this is his birthday.
Yeah.
Changed his image. The truth about whom Christ. You listen to all the lies that go into that one statement. Then say this is his birthday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change his image, paint his picture, make him a white man when he wasn't. Then lie about his whole legacy and say, oh, he came for everybody. Everything about what Christ came for and what he stood for.
Lies upon lies.
Lies upon lies upon lies upon lies.
That's crazy. That's
what Christmas is about. Okay, now watch this. Let's. I got a side note I want to read to y'all real quick. On here, I want you to read this, brother. Now, Christ wasn't born in the winter, first off. So you're gonna start with this one. Okay. What we're gonna do is, let me see if I can blow it up. Let me get Luke 2:8 first. Luke chapter 2, verse 8, and then you can read the statement behind it.
All right.
So Christ couldn't have been born in the winter, first off. Let's just throw that out in the blue. But we're gonna read this, and then we're gonna read this little piece of document, and then we're gonna keep moving.
Luke chapter 2, verse 8.
Yes.
Luke chapter 2 and verse 8. There were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field.
Go up to 7 because I want to understand what was going on.
And she brought forth her firstborn son and wrapped him in swaddling clothes.
Hold on, because I gotta get her name so we'll know who we talking about. Luke chapter 2,
verse 5, 7.
Yeah, give me 5.
To be taxed with Mary.
So Mary was espoused to who? For those who know the scriptures,
Joseph.
She was espoused to Joseph. Mary and Joseph is the fleshly parents of Christ. All right. So now when we get that understanding, now we can read what I wanted.
Verse. You want to
go ahead and get 7.
Right. And she brought forth her first son and wrapped him in swaddling clothes and laid him in a manger. Because there was no room for them in the inner. And there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night.
That's it. What you gotta understand is our customs, shepherds only had to watch over their herdlings in certain times of the year.
Yeah.
Go ahead and read this one for me, brother.
Right. I'm going to start at the first one.
Read first at Luke 2 and 8.
Luke chapter 2, verse 8 states that when Jesus was born, shepherds was keeping watch over their flocks in the fields. To mow, flocks were put out to the pasture in March and returned to pens in early November. Jesus' birth sometimes during late spring, early fall. During late December, the flocks would have been penned up and would not require 24-hour monitoring by shepherds.
So there's no way Christ could have been born in December.
No.
Because the shepherds only had to watch over the flocks when they were loose, when they were open, when they weren't in the pen. And they were out of the pen from March to November. So if they were watching over, if they were penned up, which would be December time, it would be no reason to watch them because they was fixed in.
Yeah, true.
True. But let me show you. So Christ wasn't born in December, nor December 25th. He was born in December 25th. Let me show you who was born in December. Read this.
Who was really born December 25th? Nimrod. Started the great organization Worldly Autopsy from God that has dominated this world until now. His own mother, whose name was Semiramis.
It's because them red lines under it. So just Semiramis.
Semiramis, after Nimrod's death, his so-called mother, wife, propagated the evil doctrine of the survival of Nimrod as a spirit being. Full-grown evergreen tree, night from the dead. Tree stumps which symbolize the springing forth unto a new life of the dead Nimrod. On each anniversary of his birth, she claimed Nimrod would visit the evergreen tree, gifts upon it. December the 25th.
Hold on. So right here, we're reading the custom of the so-called Christmas tree and gifts.
Yeah.
Which is what y'all do today. So you're not celebrating Christ, you're celebrating. At the top, it said the evil doctrine. So you're following something that's evil. All right, watch this. Come on, read on.
December 25th was the birth of Nimrod, origin of the Christmas tree. The Plain Truth About Christmas by David. Oh, let me go.
So that's all I needed out of that. Now, let's get the part about the reason for the reason for the fireplace burnings. Paraphrase.
Traditionally, a Yule log was burned on Christmas Eve, and during the night, as the log ember died, the appearance in the room as if by magic, surrounded by gifts. The Yule log represented the sun god Nimrod, and the Christ himself resurrected as his own son Tammuz.
All right. So that basically what I was trying to show you is that
that's crazy.
Yeah. Christ wasn't, Nimrod was. Nimrod is, Constantine missed that thing in.
He did.
He said, okay, you celebrating Nimrod's birthday. Not only are you celebrating his birthday, but you celebrating a wicked doctrine by bringing a tree into your house that represents his resurrection. And then some of y'all burn your fireplaces with Yule logs. Him and his resurrection at the same time.
What's crazy about that is they, like you said, they lied on the true Messiah, saying that this is his birthday. And Nimrod and Caesar Bonjour, they use Caesar Bonjour image. Right. Because Nimrod and Caesar Bonjour look totally different from each other.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right. So now that we understand the origin of it all, and now you understand where the Christmas tree comes from, now when you go to Jeremiah, let's go to Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1 through 5.
Jeremiah chapter 10. Excuse me. Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1. Words which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Learn not the way of the heathen,
Learn not the way of the heathen. Come on.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. Are dismayed at them. For the custom of the people are vain.
So the customs of those people are vain.
For one cutteth the tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers. Move not. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must need be born, because they cannot go. But they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good.
We just read about. We just read about somebody about. Give me a second. All right, sorry about that. It's about to run around my house, man. Run around the school. It's gonna be some trouble. All right, so let's pick up where we left off. Well, we just read about how the Christmas tree is wicked, and how the Most High commanded us not to cut down the tree, bring it into our houses, deck it with silver and gold and all these other things. Now, this is the great thing. We would read this to some people, and you would think that they would get it, right?
Oh, Lord.
But instead of that, they would rather argue, play semantics. You know, that don't mean that just said. I'm like, dude, stop playing. Like, dude, seriously, stop playing. Name me one other holiday. Name me just one other holiday that has anything to do with a tree.
They can't.
You can't.
Like this woman, I show her this verse on the bus. She gonna talk about that ain't say nothing about Christmas. It was talking about a tree. I'm through talking to you. I'm through. I would not entertain this.
All right, watch this. That's the issue right there. It don't mean nothing about Christmas because that's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. There, a carnal mind versus spiritual mind is going to be problems. They will not see the truth of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to give me Romans 8 and 9. Romans chapter 8, verse 9.
Romans chapter 8 and verse 9. But ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit. If so be that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you. Now, if any man have not the Spirit of Christ, He is.
So what that's basically saying is, if you are the, I'm sorry, read it again. We gotta read it slow.
All right. But ye are not in the flesh.
So you're not supposed to be in the flesh, meaning in the carnal mind state. Because when you read this chapter, it's basically showing a contrast between the spiritual mind. Yes. So it said you're not supposed to be in the flesh, as in a carnal mind. Come on.
I'm sorry. But in the spirit.
But in the spirit.
If so be that the spirit of God dwelleth in you.
So we're supposed to be in a godly spirit, in other words. Come on.
Now, if any man have not the spirit of Christ.
So if we don't have the spirit of Christ.
He is none of his.
That's because you don't belong to Christ. You're not a part of Christ. You're not a part. This ain't for you. They don't belong to you. But that's the problem that I see now. Like, we're supposed to be in the God spirit, and we're supposed to do all things in the spirit of Christ. Right? But then you have people saying, where's your Christmas spirit? See, that's not a godly spirit. That's not a godly mind. That's a carnal mind. Christmas spirit. So I'm supposed to leave the spirit of Yahushua or Christ, God, for the day. I'm supposed to get into Christmas spirit now. And that's a deadly thing to deal with now. That's deadly because if you notice, you are programmed now to treat people a certain way at a certain time of the year.
Yeah.
People treat each other like crap all year long. Now all of a sudden, they're supposed to put on a Christmas spirit and start treating each other better than what they've been doing all year long. So that's foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Get in a Christmas spirit. That's a carnal mind. That's a fleshly spirit. Yeah. That's a worldly spirit. All right. And some of you adults are worse than the children at this time of year.
Yeah.
With this Christmas spirit jump. Some of y'all are worse than the dang kids, man. And I'm dead. Some of y'all are worse than the kids when it comes to this junk, man. That's why give me that what's that? Matthews 11 and 16. Give me that Matthews 11 and 16. Let's see.
Matthew chapter 11 and verse 16. But whereunto shall I liken this generation?
So Christ right there, he's saying, like, what can I compare this generation to? What is this generation like? Come on.
It is like unto children.
Like unto what?
Children.
Some of you grown adults are worse than the children at this time of year.
Crazy.
Christ said they're like what?
They are like unto children, sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows.
They are like children. Think about it. Some of y'all struggle all year long. You can barely afford to pay your light bill, and you're going to decorate your whole house with lights. Inside and outside with lights. Reindeers. You spend all your damn money on gifts, toys, food, and a lot of the junk that you buy, that you put your money on, to be honest, you don't even really need it. Then come January and you broke and you calling for help. Shame on you.
Yeah.
Shame on you. As a fact, how long will you be simple, man? Give me that Proverbs chapter 1, verse 22. Shame on you. And struggling all year long, you're going to spend all your money in December, then wonder why you broke January.
Crazy. Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?
How long will ye love simplicity? Holidays keep you broke. They got one at every point to stop you from prospering or getting up. And they mind controlling you for you to go along with it. I mean, think about it. How long will you be simple?
Yeah.
Think about it. Okay. They say January, income tax coming, but I'm gonna tell you how to spend your money. It's time to get a car. Everybody got to go get a car. It may not be nothing wrong with your car, but you're gonna spend your whole income tax on getting a car, right?
Yeah.
they let you stack a little bit more money, and the next month they hit you with it's Valentine's Day. You need to spend your money on your woman, candies, movies, flowers, for you whoremongers, condoms, all these other things, right? Spend your money up on this. Then guess what? Shortly after that, it's Mother's Day, y'all. Show your mama that you love them. You got to do something for your mama.
And Father's Day.
Then right after Father's Day, do something for your daddy. Show your daddy you appreciate him. Then they let you sit back for a little bit. Then they say Easter's here. It's time to get your eggs, your rabbits, your suits, your dresses. It's time to go to the church and leave big tips and everything. You know, it's Easter time. Oh, make sure you get your stuff for your Easter dinner and stuff. Then shortly after that, 4th of July.
Yeah.
Well, 4th of July, you need to come and get your fireworks, get your food for the grill, get everything, get it ready to go. 4th of July coming. 4th of July is coming. Then they say they got something called Memorial Day and
Labor Day.
Yeah, Labor Day. All those days, you need to make sure you got enough stuff stacked up for the grill and all that type of stuff like that, right? Now, if you really look at the time periods they put, financially all right when these days come up, and what you do, spend all your money again. And you keep spending it. And then after that, they hit you with the big 3. Halloween come in. Halloween. Oh, let's not forget. Birthdays in the midst of that.
Yeah.
Now, let's do Halloween's come in. Get your costume, get your candies, and all this other foolishness. The month after that, Thanksgiving's here. Spend all your money. It's time to eat good. Get the food. You know, it's Thanksgiving coming. Hey. Then after that, Christmas is here. You need to get your Christmas trees, get your gifts, get your toys, get your food.
And what follow with Christmas? That junk y'all call New Year. New
Year's. Yeah, make sure you got you some black eyed peas on the stove.
Kind of. Make sure you watch the ball drop.
Yeah, and, you know what I'm saying? Get your firework and pop it off at 12 o'clock. Yeah. Everything. So if you look at all of those things and look at the timing, they keeping you beneath them. Broke.
Yeah.
Broke. And you under mind control, you falling into the game. I saw a post today, one of our sisters, she had a post said, I just saved a lot of money by switching to the truth.
That was funny. That was a good one right there.
So, how long you love being simple? I'm showing you they have it set up perfectly for you to spend your money and stay broke. All right? Watch this. And you know what? Even when you think about it, because I digress a little bit, but even when you think about it, today is the day where a lot of you parents get exposed with being hypocrites. You whoop your kids all year long. You whoop your kids all year round for lying to you. If you catch them lying, they get a whooping. But then you turn around and lie to them and tell them this is Christ's birthday. Some fat cracker named Santa Claus came and slid down the chimney and left gifts under the tree. Well, first of all, how that fat old man slide down the chimney?
Yeah. And
if the chimney on fire, how he get? I definitely need to know how he came through the chimney. Then you have lion tongue, flying reindeers. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let's not forget about them Christmas cookies and milk.
You gotta leave it.
And you know you got your butt up in the middle of the night and ate them damn cookies when you wanted that midnight snack.
That ain't right.
And you're gonna have them baking cookies. But that food was sacrificed to an idol.
It was.
Them cookies are sacrificed to idols. Because they thought they was making them for a fat white man to come through the chimney. And that fat white man lie, honestly, is a part of that self-hatred that you're building on your own kids. Because not a black man can't do nothing out of generosity. It got to be a catch when we do it. Yeah. But the fat white man just come through every time, once a year, from a North Pole, sitting on a sled. He'd have sunk them reindeers. His big butt was on that day, on that dang sled. Them reindeers weren't that damn strong.
I don't care how many reindeers you get. The back of that mud still gonna be leaning.
Right.
They gotta fly upwards to keep them up.
Right. So it's just ridiculous, man. The lies that we would tell our kids, and I ain't got no kids, but the lies some of y'all would tell y'all kids about, and then whoop them if they lie to you.
Very crazy.
It's crazy. All right, watch this. Let's go to Jeremiah 17. Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 18, because I did mention those stupid milk and cookies. So let's go ahead and get that.
Jeremiah
7,
7.
verse 18.
All right. Jeremiah chapter 7 and verse 18.
Right.
The children gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire, and the woman knead the dough.
Hold on. They had it's explaining Christmas to you if you really pay attention. Read it again from the top.
The children gather wood.
Y'all go out there and get that Yule log, get that firewood. Y'all go get the firewood, bring it in here. What the father do with it?
And the father kindle the fire.
Setting up the fireplace. Come on.
And the women knead their dough.
Making them cookies. Kneading dough. Anybody? I should have brought the TV down here because I'm gonna start putting, visuals. I want people to start seeing clippage and footage of the things we be teaching. I'm gonna start bringing it out, but kneading dough, that's when they, whatever you're doing to form that dough perfectly and make you some cookies, pies, whatever. That's what it's saying that will happen.
To make cakes to the queen of heaven, and to pour out drink offering into other gods.
Into other gods. That's what you're making Santa Claus on this day.
Yeah.
You're making him a god. An imaginary god, because your butt wasn't getting up in the middle of the night eating it.
Crazy, man.
Eating them damn cookies and drinking that milk. That's that pouring out drink offering. That's what it's talking about.
Yeah.
Leave a glass of milk and some cookies on the counter for Santa Claus to eat when he comes. Y'all something else.
It's crazy to me, man.
Y'all something else. Now we got the cookies, we got the milk. So let's get to dinner. Amos chapter 5, verse 21 through 23 on this one.
Amos chapter 5, verse 21.
Yeah.
Amos chapter 5 and verse 21. I despise your feast days.
Most I say I despise your feast days, because these days are wicked. Or his son.
And I would not smell in your solemn assembly.
And I want to smell that garbage either.
Though you offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings. No.
Right. Because this day is about Jesus. Well, they don't want none of that foolishness, because this ain't got nothing to do with him. You want to celebrate Christ, you should be celebrating the Day of Atonement.
Yeah.
You want to celebrate Christ, you should have been celebrating Passover.
Yeah.
Dedication, Rim, Tabernacles.
Destruction of Nicanor.
You know what I'm saying? See, we got the new moons.
Yeah.
Got 1,000,001 days you can celebrate Christ. You rather do it on this time because the white man said do it, but in all, you rather make a lie the truth.
It's crazy. Wake up, man. Come out of that spell they got you under.
Come on.
I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts.
You don't want none of that. You don't want none of that. Come on.
Take thou away from me the noise of thy song.
Oh, jingle bells, jingle bells. Jingle your song down the street somewhere over there. Frosty the Snowman.
I don't want to hear none of that.
Okay.
For I will not hear them.
What about Feliz Navidad?
For I will not hear.
Santa Claus is coming.
For I will not hear the melody of thy vow.
You don't want to hear it.
Man.
Oh, man. And the worst part is, we can show you all these things, right? And you still would celebrate it, knowing it's a lie. That's wrong, man.
Yeah.
You gotta really sit here and ask yourself, what kind of devil do you have to be to lie on Christ?
You gotta be the top of the line, devil.
Like, for real.
Top of the line.
Like, for real. What gets me is after it's proved.
Yeah.
After it's proved to be false, you still try to find some way to justify it. Just because you simply want to celebrate Christmas, even though we can show you 1,000,000 scriptures out this Bible that's wrong.
Yeah.
It's a sin. The Most High God is going to punish you for these things. And you would still go with it. You say stupid stuff like, well, it's for the, hold on, before I even answer that, Give me Sirach 32 and 17, because that goes right into what I'm saying. We sitting here showing you that Christmas is false. The Most High God doesn't like it, nor does he want you to have any parts or anything to do with it, and you would still find an excuse or some kind of way to try to justify doing it. Because in all, to be honest with you, you don't really care what the Most High say. You want to do what you want to do. Watch this. Come on.
Sirach chapter 32 and verse 17.
Right?
A sinful man will not be reproved.
That's that person that I can show you that Christmas is wrong. And I'm trying to tell you, you need to break away from that thing. And what will they do? They will argue with us. They will find ways. All praise. They will find ways to try to find a way to justify it. Why? Because a sinful man cannot be reproved. Come on.
But findeth an excuse according to his will.
Well, find an excuse. You want to know what the most of me? It's for the kids.
Oh man.
Stop lying. That's you need to, and if it is you doing this for the kids, that's witchcraft.
You dang right.
You need to stop that. Why? Because while you talk about it's for the kids, there is no kids section on Judgment Day. You better get your kids in line with what this Bible say. There is no kids section on Judgment Day. You're going to get what's handed to you according to the wills and the works that you've done. So all that we doing is for the kids, save it. Save it, because there is no Most High ain't saying, well, you know what? He was a kid, so, you know.
All glory, brother. All glory to the Father.
Glory, glory, glory. So there is no kids section, and there's no kids section when Judgment Day comes. Right. So your kids need to be following the rules of the Bible as well. Then someone will say, well, it's a time for family. I'm gonna tell you, like, stop lying. Stop lying. Because when else do you come throughout the whole year, you and your family come together and y'all got to set up a Christmas tree? A so-called Christmas tree. When do y'all come together and all of a sudden y'all everybody got to have a whole bunch of gifts up under the tree? You can't tell me another time out of the year, y'all can come together and have a barbecue and do whatever you want to do. All of a sudden, this time, you need a tree to be in the house. So now, stop lying. It's not about family. That's just like when I ask somebody celebrate Thanksgiving. Well, you know, it's just a time. Stop lying, because any other time you don't come together, eat no turkey and cranberry sauce.
No, come on, cut it out.
You know what I'm saying? You are literally, making excuses for why you trying to celebrate this thing. You know what I'm saying? Well, we don't believe in all the other stuff. We just, celebrate Jesus. Well, why are you getting gifts? Well, why y'all passing out gifts then if y'all celebrate Jesus?
No. Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? Why set up a tree? What does candy canes have to do with Christ?
I only know where the candy canes came from.
What do candy canes have to do with Christ? You say y'all just doing it for Jesus, right? So this is the part that gets to me. I can't read about Christ celebrating his birthday. That was his birthday, even though we know it wasn't. You say you're celebrating Christ and his birthday. Well, if it's his birthday, why the hell are you getting gifts?
Don't make sense to me.
It don't make sense to me.
It don't.
You getting gifts for somebody else's birthday.
You must think somebody a fool, don't you? Come on with that crazy.
Right. So then I'm like, okay. So basically, even though I just showed you in the Bible that the Most High God is against Christmas, he wants you to have nothing to do with it, you still gonna say, I'm celebrating Jesus. How you gonna celebrate Christ in vain? And if Christ can celebrate his birthday, why are you? Watch this. Let me show you something about the day of Christ. Because since everybody wants to say, well, this day is about Christ. Well, the day of Christ is darkness, brother.
I hope you shall know.
Right. Give me Amos 5 and 20. We'll get something about the day of Christ, since everybody say they celebrate the day of Christ.
Amos chapter 5 and verse 20.
Come on.
Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it?
So there's nothing glorious about the day of the Lord.
He's gonna tear it up.
The day of the Lord is gonna be terrible. I'm killing. I'm saying I ain't coming back to hand out hugs and kisses like people been taught.
No.
When Christ come back, he's fine. You gotta think about it, man. These people have killed me, painted my image, lied about me, said I was this, said I wasn't, said I was that, tricked my people, hung my people, shot my people in the streets.
Killing my people.
And I'm gonna come back and hand out hugs and kisses.
It's not gonna happen. That's an imaginary.
Right. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 7:1. Ecclesiastes 7:1, because everybody's celebrating Christ's birthday, huh? The Bible feels about birthdays. Somebody said, well, we not celebrate birthday, we celebrate born days. I said, what the hell? That's the same thing.
You was born on that day, and they just call it birthday.
It's the same thing.
Ecclesiastes 7:1.
Yeah.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 1. A good name is better than precious ointment.
So a good name is better than precious ointment. Come on.
And the day of death than the day of one's birth.
And the day of death is better than the day of one's birth. Now, a lot of people say, "What? Why would it say that? What is it talking about?" I'm going to show you what happened. Now you got to remember what happened on birthdays to our people.
Yeah.
But instead of running the whole history, just give me Jeremiah 20 and no, go to Job 3 and 3 first. Job 3 and 3 first. Job 3 and 3 first. We got to understand that the prophets have already told you that those days are not blessed. They are cursed.
Yeah.
And we're going to read that. Come on.
Job chapter 3 and verse 3. Let the day perish wherein I was born, and the night in which it was said, there is a man child conceived.
Right. So let that day perish. That I was born. And cursed be the day. Read it again for me. I'm sorry. Salaki.
Let the day perish wherein I was born.
Come on.
And the night in which it was said, there is a man child conceived.
Right. So that day is cursed. He said, let that day perish. Let that day perish. Watch this. Now go to Jeremiah. Give me 20 and 14. Jeremiah chapter 20, verse 14 and 15. We're gonna touch these, touch this. Now, this right here should clear it all up for you. This should clear it all up.
Jeremiah chapter 20 and verse 14. Excuse me. Cursed be the day wherein I was born.
Hold on. Say what?
Cursed be the day wherein I was born.
Well, what about my born day, though?
Cursed be the day wherein I was born.
Well, that's it, born day. What about birthdays?
Same thing. Cursed be the day wherein I was born.
So that day is cursed. That's not a day. As a fact, let's read on. Read it from the top again. Read through 15.
Cursed be the day wherein I was born. Let not the day wherein my mother buried me be blessed.
That day is not supposed to be a blessed day. Celebrating his birthday. So what are you doing? Come on.
Cursed be the man who brought tidings to my father.
That's talking about your gifts and stuff that people want to receive on birthdays. And on the supposed day that they say is Christ's birthday. Cursed be that day too.
Saying a man child is born unto thee, making him very glad.
So there is no birthdays, man. You can't justify it. You can't justify celebrating Christmas, man. You can't. We touch so many scriptures showing you that this thing is wicked and it's false.
What some of you gonna do? Ignore it.
Right. Watch this. Give me 1 John 2 and 15. 1 John 2 and 15. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the problem is. A lot of you love the world. So even with all this being said, you will still try to justify and find a way to celebrate this thing, even though it's wrong, because you love the world. But you can't love the world and love the Most High. You're going to come to a crossroad. You got to choose one.
True.
Come on.
1 John chapter 2 and verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world.
Neither the things that are in the world. Because what's in the world is things that are contrary to the Bible and contrary to Christ. Christmas is of the world. That's something that's in the world. You spend all your money on this day, and then you're gonna be broke in January. They're gonna give you income tax and tell you, you know what, you need to get you a car now. You're gonna spend all your money on income tax, then turn around, they're gonna tell you, you know what? Valentine's Day here, you need to go buy your loved ones this and buy that, buy that. What you're not noticing is they keeping you broke. They keeping you broke. Why you think you run into a holiday every every month or so, right? And then they'll space it out for you to spend a whole walk, like when Christmas, Thanksgiving, and Halloween and stuff like that come. You've been bamboozled. All right. So read that for me again.
Love not the world.
Love not the world.
Neither the things that are in the world.
Neither the things that are in this world. Come on.
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
The love of the Father can't be in you, because the love for the world, it goes contrary to having a love for the Father. It's just pure point blank. It's simple. But some of you love lies.
Yeah.
Give me Revelations 22 and 15. Give me Revelations chapter 22, verse 15. Let me show y'all something about that real quick, though. Revelations 22 and 15.
Revelation chapter 22 and verse 15. Give me a second. Make sure this thing ain't tripping over here. Yeah, it is.
All right. Revelations 22 and 15.
Revelation chapter 22 and verse 15. For without are dogs and scorners and whoremongers and murderers, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie, I, Jesus, have sent my angels to testify unto you these things. I am the root and the offspring of David, and the bright and morning star.
Right. So guys who make the lie the truth. You love a lie. That's why you love Christmas. That's why you love. You're perverting this truth to be a lie. You're perverting this truth to be a lie. Give me Revelations 18 and 4. So with all that we've touched, the main point is to tell you to come up out of her before you receive the plagues.
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, receive not of her plagues.
All right, so let's go from the top again.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, my people,
come out of her, my people. What is it saying? Come up out of the world. America, the ways of America. Come on.
That ye be not partakers of her sins.
Don't be partakers of her sins. Why? Because the Bible has told us that this place is promised to fire. This place is going to be destroyed. You don't want to be part of her sins, because then you're going to be partakers of her what? Come on.
Receive not of her plague.
You don't receive none of her plagues. You're going to be a part of her destruction if you want to be a part of her sins. You can't have the cake and eat it. You can. Have fun. But when the drama comes, you're going to eat the drama too.
Oh, my Lord.
That's it on that?
Yeah, that was it.
All right. So with that, I hope this class was edifying to you all. I hope you all understand. To hell with Xmas, all right? To hell with Christmas and that foolishness.
Well needed class.
Right. 26.
Matthew chapter 26 and verse 6. Now when Jesus was in Bethany in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment. He said at me. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? And sold for much and given to the poor. When Jesus understood it, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman, for she hath wrought a good work upon me? The poor always with you, but me you have not always. For in that she hath poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. You whatsoever this gospel shall preach in the whole world, there shall also this that this woman hath done be told for a memorial of her.
And with that, I say shalom.
Shalom.
One nation, one nation, one nation. One nation.